What's up, fight fans? In today's video, things got wild around Conor McGregor when a fan tried to rush him, only to get rocked by McGregor's security team. Meanwhile, Henry Cejudo turned into a real-life action hero after a car crashed into his neighbor's house. He detained the hit-and-run driver himself. Ali Abdelaziz is shutting down rumors that Islam Makhachev is waiting on the results of UFC 315 to decide his next move. And Michael Chandler, he's back to trolling. This time, he's got Paddy Pimblett in his sights. Tom Aspinall also just revealed his picks for 5 insane matchups that could shake up the entire UFC landscape. And Aljamain Sterling opened up about a random moment with John Jones that completely changed his mindset and his career. So without further ado, let's get into it. Recently, reports surfaced claiming that Islam Makhachev is holding off on signing his next fight contract, supposedly waiting until May 10, right after UFC 315, to pick his next opponent. That's the same night Belal Muhammad faces Jack Della Maddalena for the welterweight strap. But Ali Abdelaziz was quick to shut those rumors down, calling the whole story fake news. So what's really next for Makhachev? It's still a mystery. Meanwhile, Robert Whittaker is backing Ilia Topuria for an immediate title shot at lightweight, saying the Georgian phenom has done more than enough to earn his chance at 155 gold.
I think the lightweight division is the most exciting division right now. It's just death row in the lightweight division at the moment. Like the top 5, dude, that guard up there right now, it's just killers, man.
But especially with Ilia Topuria entering the mix, right? The whole big story over the past week was he obviously vacated the title at featherweight, but apparently he said the UFC told him, we promise you a title opportunity if you vacate. That's what he told Spanish media. Or I think he said as a backup he would fight Charles Oliveira. And now they've gone back and forth. What do you reckon, Rob?
I don't know what was promised or anything, but I feel like if you're in a lower division and you vacate the title, you should go straight to the top of the pecking order. I'd like to see him go straight into a title shot. Understandably, it can be tricky that way because there are a lot of guys, like, styles make fights. So if the champion of a lighter division has a better style to beat the guy in the high division, where's the fairness of that? Because that guy may not get through 10 guys to get to a title shot. He may not get through the contenders. I just feel like there should be a certain amount of weight for being the champion of the division already. I can also see the side of the argument for the guys in the division that have been like, brother, like, I've had to slog, especially in the lightweight division, like, I've had to slog my way to the top of this division, and it is death row there. I think UFC's going to do what makes them the most money.
A lot of people think there's no way he would have given up his featherweight title unless there was a solid reason to move up to 155. Most likely, the UFC promised him a lightweight title shot. That's the only thing that really adds up.
If you think Topuria is leaving 145 to go up to 55 and lose out on pay-per-view points, you're done. There's no way. He was called the UFC, was like, hey, I'm thinking about dropping out. And they're like, all right, if you do, you can take a significant pay cut and you'll be fighting bigger, stronger guys, and you're not going to fight for a title. There's no way he'd be like, oh, I'll just keep cutting weight and making more money. There's no way. There's no way his team would allow him to do that. It's the fight business. It's prize fighting. Guarantee you, the UFC was like, all right, if you go up, we guarantee you a title shot. Now, Makhachev can say whatever he wants. He doesn't call the shots. I know he's the champ. It doesn't matter. Makhachev's going up. If Makhachev refuses to fight Topuria, that means Makhachev's just going up to 170. But Topuria's fight is going to be for the belt. Whether Makhachev goes up, so it's for the vacant belt. But either way, he's either fighting Makhachev for the belt or he's fighting for the vacant belt.
Conor McGregor found himself in another intense moment, this time in Dubai. While signing autographs, a fan suddenly rushed at him. Security quickly stepped in, with one guard even throwing punches as they restrained and removed the individual from the arena. McGregor wasn't harmed, but he did get a good look at the man before he was taken away. Michael Chandler is stirring the pot ahead of his UFC 314 showdown with Paddy Pimblett, taking a jab at Paddy's most talked about issue, his weight. Paddy's been open about his love for food and the struggles he faces when cutting weight for fights, even admitting to dealing with an eating disorder. But that didn't stop Chandler from trolling. He posted a meme on social media featuring the classic fat versus fit dog image, with his face on the ripped dog and Paddy's on the chubbier one. Y'all mean, Chandler added, Paddy's cleaned up his diet and doesn't blow up like boo-boo anymore. See you at UFC 314. He signed off with, move out of my way, boo-boo.
for as frustrating as this can be, having someone who is like a tyrant or a dictator at the top able to force issues is kind of helpful, because it doesn't take a genius to realize that if Topuria is vacating and moving, he's the second best and Makhachev is the first best. You make them fight, right? And so if number one Makhachev doesn't want to fight, you say, hey dude, you got to fight. And then if he says no, screw off, then it's like, okay, well, we're gonna take your belt and we're gonna put Topuria against someone else, right? Charles Oliveira for the title shot, and then you can come back and try to earn it later. Like, that's kind of if the number one guy is not being reasonable, you do kind of have to force their hand. And that's where boxing has so many issues, because there's so many belts and there's so many guys pulling shenanigans all the time. It's like, one of the great things about the UFC is that so very frequently the number one and the number two, they do fight.
Jokes aside, Chandler recently told ESPN that he's coming into UFC 314 with a focused game plan, aiming to use his experience to shut Paddy down and deliver a real fight for the fans. This is a make or break moment for Pimblett, and according to Michael Bisping, a win here could put Paddy just one step away from a title shot. But if he falls short, it's wild when you think about it. Paddy hasn't even faced a top-ranked opponent yet, but beating Chandler would change everything. Like him or not, Chandler's a legit threat and a seasoned veteran, so this won't be an easy night for Pimblett. So, what's the UFC's play here? Are they fast-tracking Paddy to a title shot, or is Bisping just stirring the pot? Drop your thoughts below. Meanwhile, interim heavyweight champ Tom Aspinall just gave his picks for all 5 of these potential bangers. Here's who he sees coming out on top.
We had Conor McGregor saying, Mike, come home to BKFC. I'm sorry I fired you, dog. Come home to BKFC.
What a promoter he is.
So I saw this clip of him at BKFC, and he's in full promoter mode, right? And he's doing a great job. And he's like, there's no league, and this is right after DBX. There's no other league even worth watching out there right now. Da-da-da-da-da. You know, he's going on, and I'm like, man, he's throwing shade at DBX, to be honest, because who else is going to be talking about?
But
right?
that's good. He's promoting with that, too.
Yeah, so you're not talking about UFC, right? So who else is out there?
Ariel showed me the clip that I hadn't exactly seen, and he showed me the part where he said, I need to come back. He's like, he's out there doing that dirty thing. Yeah, it's all right. That dirty thing, it's all right. That's what he said.
Henry Cejudo detains hit and run driver after car crashes into neighbor's home.
Move out my way, boo-boo. You gotta move, fat boy. I'm trying to exercise. Shoot, what's up?
Come here.
Why?
Come on, let's go.
Where?
Let's go for a walk.
Where we going? Where we going?
Come on.
That's okay.
Come on.
I'm good. We got the AC on and everything.
Boo-boo's out sick of you.
Sick of what?
Boo-boo's sick of you anyway. Come on.
Boo-boo need to be sick of being fat.
Zombie.
Hold on, let me do my stretches. I'm almost done.
Zombie.
I said I'm trying to do my stretches. Okay, I'm done. What do you want? Why you keep bothering me? I'm trying to get my exercise on. I don't want to be fat like boo-boo. I got to get over there and finish what I started.
Come on, psycho.
Psycho. Oh, I can't believe she just called me psycho, y'all. Y'all heard her call me psycho. She calling me psycho because I'm trying to stay alive and be a healthy dog and get my exercise in. Look how fat boo-boo is. I ain't trying to be like boo-boo, y'all. She want me to be like boo-boo. Look at boo-boo. He can't even move good. Move out my way, boo-boo. Look how fat boo-boo is. I don't want to be like boo-boo. Ah!
Shut up.
And Michael Bisping believes Paddy could be one win away from a title shot.
But if he gets the job done against Michael Chandler, and he just might do that, if he can do that, I'm telling you, Paddy Pimblett is probably one fight away from fighting for a belt, whether you like it or not, whether you talk Whether you say, but he had cherry-picked matchups, he was slow-rolled, much like a lot of other fighters. Sugar Sean O'Malley, along the way, didn't always fight the best competition, but the competition has progressively got harder for Paddy Pimblett. That's a fact.
Henry Cejudo also shared some tough news. He says his next fight might be his last. After suffering an eye poke in his bout with Som Yadong, he's still dealing with lingering vision issues. Cejudo made it clear, health and family come first, and retirement could be closer than fans expect. But let's not forget, Triple C already shocked everyone once with an unexpected retirement. And we all know Dana White isn't a fan of fighters calling it quits without giving him a heads up. So if Cejudo announces it again, this time he may actually have to follow through.
Josh Emmett versus Lerone Murphy.
Lerone Murphy.
Alex Volkanovski versus Diego Lopez.
Tough fight, but I believe in Volk. I think Volk can do it.
Paddy Pimblett versus Michael Chandler.
Paddy Pimblett.
Bilal Muhammad versus Jack Della Maddalena.
I think Bilal Muhammad.
Now this fight isn't happening, but Ilia Topuria versus Islam Makhachev.
I don't think that's as easy as people think for Makhachev, but I think Makhachev.
Have a group of teenagers, maybe doing about 80 miles an hour. I was just coming out with my producer Dylan Ruff. We happened to see this car go about 80 miles per hour, and pretty much we heard that. Next thing you know, this dude's going up a ramp and it smashed into my neighbor's yard. Well, the guy got out, the guy tried to leave, and he ended up assaulting the owner because I know if these guys had guns. And then once he hit my neighbor, I was like, all right, man.
How old's your neighbor?
All in. Yeah, so he's in his 60s, and I had to go out there, pick them up, and dropped him, slapped him a little bit, and then some of the neighbors took some clocks at him.
It's my last one, dude. I'm, I want to leave the sport unscathed. And I felt like the first time at the age of 33 that was it. Okay, I did it right. Retired young, did the whole thing, left unscathed. Coming back, fuck, almost lost an eye, I'm bruised. I see double when I lay down still, and as you can notice, it's still red. So I got one more in me, and then make some money, and that's it, I'm out.
Aljamain Sterling recently opened up about a pivotal moment from his early MMA journey, a late-night bar run-in with John Jones that completely shifted his mindset. Back then, Sterling was all about strict discipline, no partying, no alcohol, just non-stop focus on training. But one night, everything changed when he bumped into Jones at a bar, and the UFC legend casually offered him a drink.
You remember, I told the story about the John Jones meetup at the bar. Remember, I went to school with him my freshman year, his sophomore year, before he became a UFC fighter, and before that was even a thought. And, we partied a lot, blah, blah, blah. He drops out, I transfer. I see all his videos and pictures of him doing cool shit in the cage, grappling matches, fighting, knocking people out, submitting them. And I'm like, yo, bro, I want to try this. I meet him. I'm thinking I got to live the life of a monk. I got to be super disciplined. I'm thinking this is what John Jones is doing. This is why he's killing these guys, because he's just here when it comes to the mental and the sacrifice and everything, the dedication. And then I see him at the bar, maybe 2 or 3 fights into the UFC. He's probably got a fight like the week later, and he's getting smashed, drinking, having a good time, and he's offering me a drink. And I'm like, nah, I got to fight in 5 weeks. Wait, you're fighting like tomorrow, bro. Like, I'm confused. What the hell is happening right now? And this changed my mindset. And I gave up all the things that I enjoyed in life that made training more enjoyable. But I was like, the sacrifice. But then I realized it came down to the mental. Like, if you believe that one drink or those 2 nights out on 2.5 weeks apart is going to tear down an entire training camp, then maybe you just didn't prepare enough. So I think for some people, the mental side, the mental aspect of it, being in the right state of mind is the most important. So I can never knock that.
Now the whole world wants to know, Sean, what have you done different for this fight?
Haven't Jade the Peen once this year.
Woke up looking for the Vaseline fight scene. Way I beat my meat, got the Jade the Peen. Jade the Peen on Funky Day. Wouldn't change a thing, but just know you still will get slapped like it's for Jada Pink.
What's a nut?
All over the place.
Wifey home,
clean it up, pillowcase.
You soap,
don't leave no stains.
Miss Spot,
you should have seen her face.
Now wipe it up.
Now wipe it up. Now wipe it up. Now wipe it up. Now wipe it up. Now wipe it up. Now wipe it up. Now wipe it up.
So Sean, can you tell us what is going to be different for this fight?
I feel like a lot of things I've made change-wise in my life are going to attribute to my performance. decided 2025, I'm done with social media. I haven't Jade the Peen once this year.